LGD have lost one singular game the entire tournament, and this is now the upper bracket second round. Zamar, he's very close to level 6, and when that Rupture comes online, obviously you can just Blade Fury TP, but top lane, we're going to see the bash come through with the cookie from Jin Q, and Yuragi already very low, but Seb is hooked up. Concoction coming from the roaming Alchemist, and Faith Beyond looking to finish this off with another crush. Yuragi still getting regen, but this looks to be first blood going the way of PSG LGD, and making Alchemist look pretty good, actually.
What a beast. Hey, they're both level 5. Troll's not actually that strong right now. He doesn't have his phase boots on him. Like, they read this very specific situation and they get this kill, which means like a lot. Where some other team might just generalize the hate slaughter against Troll. We don't gank here.
Yep. Well, Ame trying to contest this little stack here. He's going to get a decent amount of farm from it. Obviously could get ruptured now, but there's not going to be that much backup. Just like as top lane, Seb takes a tumble via Y again, but the zip in from BZM is going to get stunned immediately thanks to the Rolling Thunder. But Jin Q, one more right click will do it, and they find it as Yuragi takes him out. But with that Corrosive Haze, he has to be very careful, especially with the Io still dead. Concoction is there to come up a little bit prematurely, loses control of his hero, so it's going to continue to chase. Nothing to say. We'll see if they try to turn this around as another Corrosive Haze comes. Gets the Whirling Axes off. Now Nothing to say has to be very careful, and the Concoction not going to come out in time to save his life. But will go off anyway, but a nice turnaround here from OG as they're going to find 2 and lose none. Unless you count Seb dying before that fight even started. Basically, right past the laning stage. And that's what, I mean, usually I look at Alchemist. Oh, it's not really an Alchemist game. That's why Cinderin did lie. Concoction going up, and it won't save his life. So an easy pickoff for OG and a tier 1 tower.
I think despite the gold lead, they're still in a fine state.
What do you think the next move is for LGD then to come back? Is it like they're waiting for a specific item or just camp a ward? Opportunity sort of thing.
Oh, Jin Q getting gone up, but the TP comes in from Nothing to Say. Looks like Jin Q will die anyway. The Rupture applied though at the same time. Nothing to Say with that ult. Trying to focus on BZM for the time being. I don't think they're going to be able to take him out as the nice relocate comes out. Now Yuragi doing some damage to Faith Beyond, but only the Snapfire kill to start this overall fight. But you can see another zip in as he gets full on mana now for BZM. Trying to get up onto Faith Beyond. Blade Fury is there, but the Blood Right just clipping him, so that should lead to another kill going the way of OG. Nice hand of God keeping his team alive, but now Nothing to Say left without any mana or any way to get out. And that's another death in favor of OG. Even the Troll ult being expended just to survive through the Jin Q ult. And this is going to be another death for him if they end up getting another slow, which they will. And Ame, the last remaining member of PSG LGD, all he can do is walk away as another tier 1 goes the way of OG. We'll be able to take this Roche uncontested.
LGD's not even interested. They're just farming in 5 different spots on the rest of their heroes.
What was your secret, Quinn, in that game that you guys won? You have good memories that you have framed on your wall?
Yes, it's framed in our practice room. We took a screenshot and we printed it out at the hotel printer.
Nice.
It's just papered all over our wall. Looks like a serial killer room.
Jenkins really likes serial killers. There's Nothing to Say is Rupture. He's just going to die inside his own role. Can't really do too much about that. And now Jin Q looks to be next. So BZM continuing his killing spree. Ame gets off the Omni Slash, but he's not able to find the kill onto Taiga. Has his Blade Fury still to try to get away. And you can see why. Getting off that Concoction, try to slow this down, but BZM able to dodge that quite easily. And that's a double kill for him as PSG LGD are just crumbling.
So they have to be really annoying and keep ratting and hope OG at some point messes up or like goes for some kill they can't and they're ready there to clutch.
Yeah, they're praying for a mistake. Okay.
Yep. Y is going to run right into Amar. The Blood Rage himself. Blood Rage does connect, but the follow-up is now coming from BZM as another easy pickoff for OG. And Nothing to Say. Looks like he's going to go to the south and TP out. A nice long conversation, actually, by myself.
Because, I mean, despite how unfightable OG is and how much they're dominating the map,
oh boy,
they actually haven't been gaining gold recently.
Yeah, Concoction on yourself, that's when you truly feel pathetic. There's nothing you can do. And PSG LGD, are they just going to give this up? I mean, they can't go for more than 1, so this is probably okay-ish, or the best you can ask for. To just give this up and live, but BZM and company want to continue the fight. Blood Right connects, and the last right click is there as Jin Q takes a tumble. Nothing to Say gets his ult off, but there's absolutely no follow-up. And OG Now that the Aegis is expiring in 6 seconds.
Quinn, would you have expected this, having bested both of these teams and obviously understanding both of them?
Yes.
You would have expected this?
No.
Okay, I see.
Maybe after draft I could see it, because I don't understand the Alchemist 5. I mean, I just tend to trust the director is the thing, you know?
Yeah, well, the initiation is here, and look at that damage on Faith Beyond. He absolutely melts, and Ame finally comes and gets the Omni Slash, but a lot of the illusions and the creeps are just tanking it. The Blade Fury to follow, but I don't believe he has a shard, so it's not really doing that much damage. Buyback from Faith Beyond, nothing to say, able to get off a nice ult. Several stuns, but again, not a whole lot of follow-up, as Y will just be stunning an illusion. And now OG going to try to re-aggress, knowing that they don't have many things off cooldown now. And the focus is on Ame, and another kill for OG as they're looking to take this game, and they do. GG is called, and this was truly a shellacking in favor of OG.
I think it's more than a mustache.
I would agree. This is above mustache level.
Yeah, so OG taking this game in completely convincing fashion at the, is that a 20, what does that say, 21 minutes? Wow.
Nothing to say has done it some in China and pubs and stuff, so they clearly think that Pudge is a counter to Puck. I'm sure they had this in mind going into second phase. That's part of the reason why they gave the Puck away. I'm curious to see how it pans out, because there are heroes that Pudge is not very good against besides the Puck.
There's Amar, right-click battle. The hook comes in from Nothing to Say. And some damage being done to Amar, and you can see why with that support Viper getting out the poison attacks. Will this lead to a kill? Looks like indeed it will. Who gets the first blood? Trying to give it to Nothing to Say. One more right click does it, and that is beautiful for the mid laner on PSG LGD.
The tip.
One last hit, he's going to get his bottle. It's like there's very few heroes that do well against the Marcy Viper in lane. Nature's Prophet comes out, and then they flex so that there's the Beastmaster on the off lane instead. I thought that was pretty cool. And I do feel like Pudge is actually a Puck counter. I can't say exactly what it is, but in fights, it does feel like you can pretty easily kill a Puck, and Puck coiling you does nothing.
Yep, why? He's dead, but will Amar be the trade? One more right click will do it from Ame, and he finds him. So 1 for 1, but favoring PSG LGD as the Viper is the support. It's a Jenkins hook right there.
No, that's because of the low ground. It's like kind of the Z-axis. Yeah, the Z-axis is a bit of a problem, so that happens.
It's like that with Pango too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yuragi getting some help thanks to the Echo Stomp from Seb. Allows Yuragi to kind of reset here. Seb with that extra damage, trying to use it to his advantage, but instead he's just going to get disposed and disposed of.
Hits it once and he's like, oh shit, actually I can't kill this. But a little too late.
All right, and when it comes to, I mean, BZM, obviously the Witchblade is going to be the standard item opening for him. And top lane, okay, they get a very valuable kill onto Yuragi. And, I mean, how is this lane going? There's a lot of back and forth, it feels like.
You kind of want the damage against Pudge, so the downside of that is he's not going to have this boots early to rotate top, and it's possible he's low on regen, because, you know, Robo Magic doesn't give you any regen, not playing Raindrop.
Oh, trying to contest the rune. Taiga gets off the nice avalanche and toss, and BZM takes it. And now that's going to turn into a kill into Nothing to Say. Absolutely punished. Beautiful TP from Taiga. Jin Q potentially looking to break the smoke, but Faith Beyond would be a big, big kill.
Wow, that was
oh,
really
it is broken on the high ground, so yeah, not going to find a space. In fact, they're going to get hurricaned by the Wild Wing, but Yuragi is here to try to help out. Jin Q. He's going to have to dispose, and here comes the first haunt of the game into a roar. So PSG LGD kind of turned this around, flip-flop what OG wanted to try and accomplish.
Setting up bottom for the slaughter kill. I think they may get it.
Yeah, Amar. Still no ult coming out from Y, but gets off the crush. It's really not going to matter. He is slowed to an absolute crawl, so Nothing to Say again with a kill.
And if he wants that blink, he'll have it right now.
Back to that smoke play, or the smoke break from LGD. Ooh, BZM is walking right into all these creeps.
Yeah, he's going to get the coil. It's going to break immediately at half HP for Faith Beyond with the Nature's Prophet ult coming in as well. So OG able to get something after giving up quite a few kills. And Yuragi has the Hand of Midas, by the way, so...
Like, there's probably some other solution to it, but just because, like, there's not enough time before the major, let's just buy a Midas on our carry as well.
Yep, it's definitely worked out for some teams, and others not so much. Nothing to Say, looking to blink reveal. Smoke is going to be popped. Instant dismember, but the stuns are coming. Nice avalanche coming out. And Nothing to Say actually drops right off the bat as nice TPs coming in from OG. They're only going to lose their support Tiny for now, as Seb looks like he's walking away, but the coil expended onto 2, but the instant roar to try to counteract this. And this is going to get punished potentially onto the Puck. and down goes BZM. So maybe not on the same page as the rest of his team, but still, they found the Pudge at the beginning of the fight.
Mars a psycho. This is insane.
He's continuing on with that puddle like you're talking about, the extra move speed. They're going to get some damage on the tier 1 tower, but Faith Beyond trying to defend, and we can see nothing to say coming in on that Puthka with the blink hook. Beautifully done, but the Avalanche cancels the Dismember, and nothing to say. Going to get crushed now as the Faith Beyond Wild Axe is continuing to stack, so Yuragi has to be a bit careful. And even Ame's come to play. The right clicks from Innocence, but another blink in from nothing to say. Instant bash from Amar, but Amar's the one that dies this time. Hook not connecting this time, as now they turn their sights to the tier 1, as suddenly this game has just gotten super action-packed.
Yeah, this blink is actually owning. I didn't realize he just doesn't take any damage with the stupid flesh heap spell. He just blinks on them and he's invincible.
And Taiga stuck on the wrong side here. He's going to get disposed by Jin Q as Innocence kind of sticking to the high ground. He's going to get sprouted as Taiga looks to be a free kill for PSG LGD. But you can see Innocence holding his own ground against most of OG, as Roshan actually is the one that takes out Taiga. But PSG LGD still going to be happy with this overall exchange as they... I was going to say they're going to push the tier 1, but maybe they continue to fight here. I'm not sure.
So in the initial fight that led to all of this happening, nothing to say blinks in and didn't get off his flesh heap. And so he just melted. Oh. He looked like the old Pudge, which is pathetic.
And we have a haunt, and that is for Yuragi. So bottom lane punished again. PSG LGD.
Like, there's going to be a point where they get to this Super Dom, they get to this Manta, Pudge starts getting a bit more HP, and there's a world where Dire's heroes can sort of get trampled. Like, you get jumped one time and obliterated, and the map can sort of fall apart.
We're going to see a smoke from OG. They're going to find Jin Q to start. The Avatos is there, but the hook save. Obviously, nothing to say. Can't do too much more as Jin Q gets off the rebound, but that last right click is enough to take him out in the end. But the turnaround now to BZM with the Dismember. Avalanche should try to cancel it. Illusory Orb is out, but he's taking too much damage and will fall as a result, as Taiga just trying to toss that fat, juicy Pudge away. He'll be successful for the time being in keeping himself alive, but a roar from Faith Beyond and another death, it looks like, for Yuragi.
This flesh heap, man.
Nice Avalanche again, but it's still double kill for Y as Taiga. He's the one running, still an earn charge on him.
Dagger coming up.
Yep, Dagger's there. Avalanche is going to be up in 1 second. One more axes, and that, with that earn charge, will be enough as, again, PSG LGD getting a great exchange. Well, OG, or I should say LGD, into the pit, and they get a free Roche.
Even Slardar late game doesn't feel that bad for a Pudge because you do eventually build armor items and you have the damage block.
Yeah.
Spectre against Puck and Nature's Prophet, like you destroy both of those heroes.
Well, Bamar and company, their smoke is broken by Jin Q. BZM gets off the nice coil and Waning Rift onto 2, though. Nicely done from OG as they just take them out swiftly. Just like that, it's a 5v3, but you can see PSG LGD still want to fight as Amar gets initiated on. Most of the Dismember damage was done with the Rot combination, and that is 1 death for OG now. As Taiga attempting to run away, but nothing to say with this haste rune. Not much you can do against that. So despite being down in numbers, LGD able to even up the fight.
He didn't actually go the Rot talent either. He went the plus armor talent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, usually you go the 16% Rot slow just because when you get the Ags. But I guess he has good disable on the other
Not the Dismember. BZM is just... Oh, phase shift. Can he blink out of this? But the axes are there as well, so... Nice shot from LGD covering all bases is Jin Q. He's going to get gone on, but here comes the Shadow Step, and Ame is going to try to turn it around with the help of Jin Q, and that turns into a triple kill for Ame.
That seems to be how the Pudge Puck matchup goes, like going late.
And will the Shard go to Ame with the Dispersion?
What?
Or will it go to Faith Beyond with the Hawks?
How did he know he was there?
Jin Q. We're going to see the Shadow Step come out from Ame. But BZM looks to be A-okay.
All right, Amar is a
who took
wizard.
that Shard?
Yeah, let's
go on the Shard watch.
Yeah, let's go check out the Shard situation.
Up Taiga, he's going to get jumped. And Jin Q with all the catch in the world, and it was the Beastmaster. So you got the old dive bomb coming out from Faith Beyond.
I think it was the Spectre, actually.
Okay, it was the Spectre, that's right. I mean, the Spectre one's pretty decent. You get that free Spectral Dagger every, 7 seconds or something. But here's the jump from OG, and another bash to come. Ame is just dead. So that is an Aegis already off cooldown. And you can see the rest of PSG LGD are not even remotely close as the Elder Titan ult just deletes him. And Seb his high five will not be reciprocated because Ame is dead.
They're still in a dominant position. They can still play off these jumps. And if they get a good fight, then they will close the map out again. But Puck does have these bots. They have Furion. They're going to rat the silence, and they're not going to make it easy for LGD.
Seb takes a tumble. He's still working on that Ags. 1,500 away from it, in fact.
He's going for Ags.
Just the
That's a 5.
shot. Yeah, talk to me about that. You might have to hold that thought, Jenkins. Thank you for looking right at me. As the Haunted actually expended as Amar attempting to TP out, but the Roar keeps him in place. And LGD find another in the form of Taiga. So 3 pickoffs across the map as LGD look to be taking firm control of this game.
Yeah, you're most likely planning to just keep hunting them for the foreseeable future. They have insane pickoff. OG is smoked right now.
Base route available, nothing to say. He's going to try to take it. He's going to get Avatos for his trouble, though. Pops the BKB, trying to go for the dismember, but again, Seb's ult is a lot of damage. That synergizes directly with the Agnum Scepter on Slardar. Very cool to see. So he's going to be way tankier now.
Might get chucked.
Yeah, he could get chucked out of it, which would be an issue. And what you see, he's going to be brought back into the puddle. The Roar is there. And yeah, he's tanky, but PSG LGD just do 1,000,000 damage. Now there's an Ags on Seb officially. So that's the BKB based on how many units you hit, right?
Yes. It is very strong. He can punch people quite hard. Spectre is pretty bad against ET late game in some circumstances.
Oh, Coil misses from BZM. He's going to have to hightail out as a result. Nothing to say, jumps in, knowing that this is on cooldown now. Seb is mega dead. Gets off his ult, but really to not much avail. Another hook. Oh, Yuragi somehow able to sidestep that. Taiga not going to be so lucky, though. That's 2 quick kills there for LGD, and still 3 dead with Amar on the sideline, as now they can poke the high ground.
I don't think he needs damage. I agree with this build. I mean, he'll probably go for eggs now just because there's not much else to buy. Maybe like Strength Blink, if anything.
And it's so hard to play if you're OG because there's so many heroes that just die if they get going on. Not everyone is evasive as the Puck.
Yep, Taiga looking to go for the outpost, but he's going to die instead. 10k lead for PSG LGD. Nothing to say, still smoked up, so could go for this kill. He's going to go in with... Actually, the Lincoln Sphere was there for BZM, so Dismember will be canceled, but still a lot of damage coming out from Nothing to Say, and they're going to clean up Seb quite easily, but at the very least for OG, they don't lose BZM. Although Yuragi's getting bashed in his own base with the Manta style and so much damage coming out from the Desolate, this might be GG territory as PSG LGD absolutely crushing in game number 2. 37-12 scoreline, and this was a great performance from basically everybody in LGD. Started with the Putka, of course.
Did we just witness another shellacking? Was this a backwards shellacking?
I don't think this was a top hat, but yeah, it was on the low scale of shellacking, I would say.
And Alchemist versus Morphling is like sort of a 2-sided matchup, but generally Alchemist can hit a timing that Morphling is not too happy against.
Now, Avalanche from Jin Q to secure the bounty rune in the top river.
I feel like with Morph, does he? He does not have jump. He has Dispose.
Poison Touch is reapplying over and over and over, so this looks to be first blood. One more right click. He's going to pop the Fairy Fire in the trees. He gets the Dispose off. And why not wanting to take first blood for himself? Obviously, Ame would be the better choice, but they don't have a choice this time around. Either way, PSG LGD with first blood, still relatively happy with that. Obviously, Seb playing the Earthshaker this time around, one of the 2 heroes that he's been spamming a lot in this tournament. Obviously changed it up a bit in this series, which is nice to see. Actually, I've yet to see the Wind Ranger this series at all. The BZM playing the mid-coddle as Seb actually blocked in by his own fissure. The Avalanche keeps him in place as well. Big static link from Faith Beyond. Seb trying to limp away as Amar right-clicking Faith Beyond to a high... I mean, he might be able to get this kill if he just stands his ground. Indeed, he does. Now Jin Q kind of stuck between a Viper and a Rock. And it looks like he is dead as well. So 2 kills for OG in the laning stage. Can't ask for a better start.
Yeah, they will meet...
Oh, all right. Innocence ends up dropping to Yuragi. So that's a little bit of a surprising match. I mean, this is a Morphling and Marcy lane like he talked about as Ame getting harassed out. He gets disposed back into the wave as well. Puts down his acid spray, but he drops in addition. And Yuragi just strength gaining back up to a respectable amount of HP. And
if LGD is aware of this, fighting these can be very, very good because giving the call to the free stacks is rather spooky sometimes.
Nothing to say, actually stealing some of those stacks. Easy camp stack, he got about half of it. TP's back to tower.
Yep, why? He's going to get disposed. And a big shadow wave comes out, but still going to be the death of him. It might be the trade, though. So LGD's able to get something out of this lane, I guess, but still. OG very favorable overall as Faith Beyond. Amar gets tossed back into the fray. He might just right-click again to find this kill, and he's going to get it a little bit later as Seb finds the kill on Faith Beyond, but Amar not getting the XP, kind of a big deal.
Is still doing okay, but this Coddle has had this free game. The bots are coming up, probably has them very soon.
He's got them already.
Yeah, the TPs are going to start coming out pretty soon.
There he is.
And it'll be a
Rebound disposed back into the creep wave as BZM is here with a big Illuminate, but a nice grave comes out from Y. Do they have enough to finish off Ame? You can see BZM just so speedy. Yuragi not able to find the distance, but another Illuminate just clips Ame. And that is a big kill for OG, as now they can potentially just finish out this lane with Y in that second kill.
Yep, that is very rough. The Dazzle also TP down bottom.
And he's going for that vessel too, so that is one way to contest the Alchemist in the jungle. I feel like OG's heroes, if they weren't so far ahead, they'd be a little bad at contesting Alch, but they're huge.
Well, we have another fissure coming out. Nothing to say, has to use the shield crash to get to the other side, but a nice toss brings Amar back into the arms of PSG LGD, which is going to be their biggest pickup so far in this game, it feels like.
The catching with the Panga roll is pretty damn hard, especially without a Blink Dagger, which he is not close to. Tiny Toss, it's like these are not really like assassinate spells, they're more like initiations, you know, so it's gonna take some high skill.
Yep, as the gank attempt onto Ame, he's outnumbered, gets off the Chemical Rage, but the burst damage is way too much, and they lose Seb on the other side of the map, but again, favorable trade for OG. And Amar in the trees as we hear Chemical Rage as Ame trying to catch up as much as he can. With the help of his team being around.
They do know Amar's here because the courier came into the trees. They saw with the ward.
And as mid lane, looks like Jin Q going to get disposed under his own tier 1, and BZM is just all over the place. How many kills is that for him now?
3-0-2. And
so
he almost
involved
has
in 5 kills so far.
100 gold, he's got the vessel.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And they just smoke up immediately, and Y might be the recipient of this smoke gank. He's going to get blinding lit to the other side of the fissure. Maybe not exactly what they're looking for is Ame. Okay, beautiful Rolling Thunder from Nothing to Say. BZM's just dead. That's worth a lot of money. But Faith Beyond coming in. He's getting bursted down by Yuragi as Seb with the Echo Slam coming out. But it's not enough for him to get away as Yuragi still with that sidekick. Turns into Razor. Gets off that plasma field as well as the focus is on Tiger, but he gets a big rebound out to safety. Yuragi trying to save his teammate. Double kill for Nothing to Say. And now it's a 1v3 for Yuragi. Not sure if he can find anybody after the fact.
That was really impressive from LGD. This Morphling probably wasn't going to be dying very much anyway, so Aegis is like nice and all, but this is definitely not the end of the world, and LGD just playing for their timings because contesting that is just very, very risky.
Yeah. As we see Shard now online for Seb, who's actually going for a 4-step instead of the Blink next. The Fissure actually blocking out most of his team, but the rebound back in. Early Grave saving Nothing to Say for the time being, but the Echo Slam keeps 2 in place, and that means 2 are dead in favor of OG. And they're going to find yet another as Yuragi turns into Tiny. Another toss to work with. Double kill for BZM as OG with this Aegis advantage winning this fight handily.
Yeah, Nothing to Say with a little bit of a whoopsie there, I think. He swashed a little bit aggressively, and once you swash forward like that against this Orchid, it's a problem.
Yep, Taiga, he might be the collateral. Faith Beyond forced to pop his BKB, trying to man fight against Yuragi, but again, this is just the Aegis, and now Faith Beyond basically in enemy lines, despite this being his own triangle, trying to get BZM, but it's not going to happen. So the domino effect continues as LGD fall. I mean, 5K, a 6K against an Alchemist, it's probably like more like 10, 11K. But when Faith Beyond was Razor, when he got that refresher, they turned that game around real fast as Seb, invisible, blocking the smoke. Gate gets off the Echo Slam, but he gets bashed up. And he's going to be brought down very swiftly by Faith Beyond, pops that BKB. Rolling Thunder is coming in from Nothing to Say. So 1-for-1 supports right now as BZM. We'll watch Nothing to Say just TP out inside that ult for him. So just a support for support.
Yep, now he has the BKB on Coddle as well. So this game, a lot of how the fights go depends on Xingqiu and Nothing to Say being really ready and crispy with these jumps.
Avatos, but the instant Orchid onto the Tiny is Seb 4 steps to safety, and the Viper Strike's actually going to slow Faith Beyond down enough for Seb to survive, but now they're going to TP out, or trying to, but Faith Beyond's BKB ends right at the right moment as the Fissure ends up canceling the TP. Double kill for Seb of all heroes, and now Y looks to be next on the list. The fact that Seb survived and then canceled that TP pretty damn crazy, and now they're going to scout out the second Roche of the game.
And the places where you can play as LGD are just slowly shrinking and shrinking. You're going to lose your top tier 2 now. It's only going to get harder from here.
So now they can push extremely fast. I mean, Morphling is one of those heroes that people kind of lose sight of when it comes to pushing, but he's actually very strong because he can just go full agi and right-click away. Now with the minus armor and poison attack damage from Amar, it's going to be even faster. Jinq jumps in with the Avatar, but Amar, instant BKB. Ame trying to focus down BZM. He'll be successful, so dead Caudle right off the bat in favor of LGD, and Amar looks to be next, and nobody actually dying in this engagement for LGD.
Dang, that was super impressive. Ame clicked the Caudle in the air with the stun.
Question is, will LGD give up one set of racks or just try to delay this?
Taiga's in a really good spot here. He's looking for the jump. He put a ward down too. They see everything.
I'm just focusing on the barracks, but you can see they relocate poor Yuragi into the enemy lines, but he's able to waveform to safety. Has nothing to say. Already with that ult coming out, Amar has to pop his BKB, standing his ground to try to finish this Rax, and that's exactly what he'll do. And it will tick out eventually to that poison attack, but now that the BKB's down, he's going to get tossed back into the fray, but Yuragi comes in, deleting heroes left, right, and center, but a nice grave coming out from Y on himself, and the Aegis is down. Y able to rebound to safety. But Ame, with that Spirit Vessel applied, he's not going to regen too much despite having the Chemical Rage. He's getting stun locked. And Seb actually jumps into his death as Morphling's dead. 70 seconds of no Yuragi. Double kill for Ame. Bash coming out from nothing to say, attempting to continue this chase on the BZM, who just recently popped his BKB.
Maybe this
He
one
is super fast. But BZM, yep, looking towards the Octarine.
Ame has Scotty. It is closing in on a point where maybe LGD can take a straight up fight.
Oh, Ame already has a concoct coming off. Trying to focus on Amar, but he's already at half HP. They have to be careful. Can't even pop his ult yet. Gets off the BKB finally, trying to regen through, and he just chops down Taiga. But he's the one that's low. Finally, the grave comes out as Yuragi. He's going to get deleted. 80 seconds of no Morphling. And now Amar looks to be next on the list. Double kill for Faith Beyond. And that's so 4 dead from OG with the buyback on Marcy.
Dude, that was insane.
They see BZM.
BZM in the trees.
He's gonna get him.
The toss from Jinq. He does, along with the swash, as he actually gets off his BKB, but he just right-clicked down very casually from nothing to say. So a full team wipe, if you count the buyback. If he's already popped the Chemical Rage, it's going to be pretty damn valuable against the Spirit Vessel. But maybe now we get some ags for his teammates after the fact. But we'll see. And LGD smoking up.
They're trying to get them on these
to OG's side. Yep, Yuragi able to waveform away, but a beautiful double avalanche, which forces the double BKB from OG. Rolling Thunder on the sideline. Faith Beyond taking the right clicks from Amar, but they're actually kind of baiting this, it feels like. The buyback onto the Tiny. Faith Beyond pops his Refresher. That's 2 Eye of the Storms, and this Morphling is completely isolated. He's just going to get right-click down. 80 seconds of no Yuragi, he buys back, TPing onto the outpost. And it looks like LGD still want to fight. They are not scared of this buyback whatsoever, although Faith Beyond's ult now running out. Bash comes out on the BZM. You can see most of LGD in the area. Not the Avalanche with the Swashbuckle, but the Roche is going out relatively fast, and Ame's just waddling his way over there. Can they contest Faith Beyond with the Plasma Field, forcing some of OG out? And this Roche is getting extremely low. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Double stun from nothing to say. Trying to focus on Seb, but he gets a nice force staff to safety. And Amar pops the BKB, just focusing on Faith Beyond, but that is a Refresher Orb with the BKB. Roche getting extremely low. Who is going to get it? It looks like it's going LGD's way, as the rest of OG have to hightail out because of the death on Yuragi. But they're going to try to get some kills in the meantime as BZM getting chased. But the Orchid going to prevent the stun from coming out. That is a Refresher Shard. Aegis still pulsating on the ground, as Ame will take it for himself.
The way OG wants to fight. They want you to come into us. We've been going into you all game, and you've been winning, you know. How about you come into us now? And LG's not giving them that.
Yeah, and then they just force them back to base.
Yep, he's going to get Orchided here. Ame does. And Sheeped, just to delay. Has the Boots of Travel 2 now. Actually stuck inside the base. A nice fissure coming out, but the toss back out. You know, Seb actually stays on the same side. Pops that BKB, and OG's going to reset, but their buildings are going down pretty damn fast. Nothing to say. Trying to create some space. Seb BKB does dissipate. Another nice fissure. Nothing to say. Forced to use his swashbuckle. But the real story is that Yuragi might get caught out here. Now the fissure turning against OG to some degree. Faith Beyond getting the static link and the refresher. He is just decimating this Morphling. That is a dead Yuragi, but he buys back instantly. Set, Echo Set comes up, but he dies shortly after. Now the focus looks to be on Faith Beyond, but he's the one doing so much damage. The Basher connects onto Yuragi, gets off the BKB. Amar looking to focus on Faith Beyond in the meantime. It's a double kill for Ame. Is he continuing his rampage here? There's a nice double avalanche coming out as well. The cheese activated from Faith Beyond. This man is unkillable. Double buyback from OG. Blink from Nothing to Say sets up all of these additional kills from LGD. Dieback on Yuragi. Ultra kill for Ame. And LGD looking very nice to take this potentially in the game number 3. That's the buyback from Ame, though. Jinkyu gets the toss out. Amar stuck in a very awful spot. He gets sheeped. Concoction's coming for him as well, and that is a dieback for him.
No buys.
2 sets of racks, and they can go for this actual win here as the GGs come out early here. 24K net worth lead for LGD in the end, and a terrific comeback. The discipline from LGD, it rivals nobody, I feel like. Just absurd play.
I don't know if there's another team in the world that would have won that game from LGD's position.